I'm bluedragonfive, and today I'm going to talk Pixar, a subject near and dear to my heart. My specialty, really. Not to brag. Now, I'm sure at some point people will be wondering, why is this called Matchstick Moment from Pixar? I'm going to get to that. Let me say this first. Pixar, they have a crack story team. That's the reason that they have such great films, such good storytelling. Crack team of writers, everyone loves what they do. They apply that to the story process. Works wonders. It does. Now, the story I'm about to tell you is basically kind of an explanation, not an explanation, it's an example of what makes good storytelling. What made these guys a success, really? They're kind of thinking. Now, let me get to the Matchstick story here. Okay, the writers of the original Toy Story, 1995, working on Toy Story, and there's this moment in the film, like many films, where everyone knows what's going to happen next. Like the piece has been set, the audience can see it, so they're just kind of jazzed up, saying, "Okay, I know what's going to happen next. Let's see it happen. Let's see it happen. Get to the next part so we can wrap this baby up. Come on, kid, blow this puppy so we can get out of here." That sort of thing. So, what happens is, we're at the scene in which moving trucks eluded our heroes, Buzz and Woody. RC's batteries, they're just stuck on the street. Can't move. Moment passes. Idea. Buzz says the rocket. Woody says a match. Sid has put a match in Woody's holster, and Buzz has the rocket on his back. Both been set up. Not bad, by the way, setup-wise. Okay, Woody takes the match. He strikes the match across the ground. The match is lit. About to light the fuse of the rocket. Car whizzes by, blows it out. Matchstick moment. That expectation by the audience. When Pixar would take that expectation and turn around, like a 360-degree turn, like they're at a point, this is intentional, they're at a point where the audience does not know what's going to happen next. Pixar strived for that, and it worked so well, because then we're invested in these characters even more than before. So we've been going on this journey with them, and then it's just come to a stop. I'm wondering, what next? We gotta get to that van. Hurry up. We gotta get to Andy. We're on board now. We're literally in the camera now. We're right behind Buzz Lightyear when they're speeding through, and they're just, like, clicking the turbo on RC's remote that just speeds there. Well, I mean, now it's just like the rocket. Wait, rockets explode! After he uses the light from Buzz's helmet to light the rocket. And also, I'm going to say this now, I'm also going to put in the video, spoilers ahead. If you haven't seen these movies, I mean, I don't mean to be a bad guy here, but come on! It's Pixar, these are classics here, people, but moving on. Again, this matchstick moment, as I've deemed it, I'm going to try my best not to keep saying matchstick moment like an annoying guy, but so basically these moments keep appearing. It works so well, Toy Story, it's kind of a tradition with Pixar in that they put a moment like that. I don't know if it's always intentional. I'm assuming that. I just know in certain places it's intentional. That matchstick moment in which, again, audience expectation turned on its head. Like they're at a point where they don't know what's going to happen next. You're expecting something doesn't happen. What next? So I'm going to go through all the Pixar films and point out those moments. And again, spoilers, so see the films, all of them. You'll thank me later. And yes, I mean all of them. Okay. Next film. A Bug's Life. Okay, the grasshoppers are being distracted by the circus down there. We're in the third act. The fake bird has been set up. All the little Girl Scouts in there with Flick. Basically, they have two ants on the outside. They're going to roll down this pebble down the ledge of this rock formation. It's going to knock out the twig that's holding up the bird, and when that twig falls, the bird's going to glide down there and scare the heck out of the grasshoppers. Okay? Now, the two ants, they knock the pebble down there. It's going down. It's about to knock out the twig, but before it hits the twig, it stops. It just doesn't move. It's like, it's caught in the little gravel of the path, I guess. It stops, doesn't move, they're screwed. Matchstick moment. You're expecting, okay, it's gonna hit the rock. Our hero's gonna be good. Tension builds. Grasshoppers are starting to catch on. Something's not kosher. They're starting to get annoyed by the circus. Still, things come into place. Matchstick moment. Tension builds when things don't go according to plan. Works very well. Okay, next. Also, I kind of noticed that for each matchstick moment, it would appear that the stakes get higher, at least for most of them. Especially towards the end of this list. The matchstick moments get really, really intense. But Toy Story 2. The moment in Toy Story 2 is Woody is in the luggage area, the cargo bay of the plane. Again, now he's getting there. He's opening Al's case with Jessie in it. Gets Jessie out of there. They're about to exit the plane while the luggage is being put on. Make a break for it when the guy's not looking. They're getting ready. They're by the edge of the door. Luggage still being put in. The guy says, "Okay, we got a few more bags." Okay. Woody says, "Okay, here's the plan. On 3, we're gonna leave. 1, 2, door shuts, slams. We'll get it on the next one." Wow. Okay. Next, Monsters Inc. Monsters Inc. The moment is after this wonderful, really imaginative door chase through the door hanger. All the doors of all the closets of all the children in the world are kept in this hangar. That actually, from what I've heard by the designers, it's basically you could stack a Statue of Liberty on each level of this place. Of course, it doesn't match up with the building, but I don't know. It's subterranean, maybe. I don't know. It's fun. It's funny. Just leave it at that. After this magnificent chase, okay, we've gone through here. They're trying to get Boo home. They find her door. They're finally in a place of safety after they dispatch with Randall. Okay? So there's the door. They're finally there. And Sully's saying his goodbyes, saying, "Okay, now don't run through any more closets, Boo." Opens the door. The power's out. Water Noose has cut the power. The light's out. Door can't open. It can't get to the other, well, I guess dimension, or it can't go to Boo's room. It's just an empty door. There's the moment. You don't know what's going to happen next. They're trying to make Boo laugh. It's not working. Then they're in Water Noose's clutches. They have to think on their feet. Next. Finding Nemo. Let me see. In Finding Nemo, the moment would be when Nemo is Gil and the tank gang, as they've been called. Okay, they plan this escape, this David Fincher style escape. Sorry, I'm basking in my own nostalgia here. They plan the escape. Basically, it just ends with them being in the baggies, and they just roll themselves out the window down the little roof thing. Down the street and into the river, into the ocean. Yeah. Okay, so that's the plan. Okay, so Nemo, he fakes. As Nemo's put in the plastic bag for Darla, he's put on the ledge, and he's about to go with the plane, just roll out of there. The one unexpected part of the plan. Now, Nemo is put into this plastic bin. He's put into this plastic green bin. He can't escape. He is done for. He's trapped in that thing. We don't know what's going to happen next. This is the one thing Gil did not address in the plan. Wait, what if he puts this in a little bin thing? Nah, it's not his fault, though. But still, riveting stuff. Don't know what's going to happen next. That bin just came out of nowhere. Something so mundane is just, okay, a fish gets put into a bin. Dramatic stuff. Okay, next. The Incredibles. There are a few moments in The Incredibles. I'm going to narrow it down to 2. Moment 1 with The Incredibles would be when our hero, Mr. Incredible, we see how tough this guy is. He takes out like the Mark III, I believe, of the Omnidroid, the giant Syndrome robot, the little bowling ball with a little head with a Cyclops visor. Okay, he takes out one of them earlier when he's in his old costume. Now he's in the new duds that E made for him. He's like in there. He's like at the conference room just waiting. Wait a minute. The itinerary's been changed. Just this giant syndrome marked table. Doors open. Omnidroid Mark 9, I believe. I believe 9. It could be... Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 9. 9, like, throws Mr. Incredible out there. He's, like, caught completely off guard. He's trying to fight this thing. It's not really working. Omnidroid... The blades come out of the Omnidroid for the arms. It's, like, about to decapitate our hero. We're just saying, what? What happened? This came out of nowhere. He destroyed that thing. So basically, our hero's about to be decapitated, and then just Syndrome saying, whoa, 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 time out! Yeah. And the second moment, I suppose, would be, again, getting to the end here, would be after they defeat Omnidroid 10, I believe, the giant one that attacks the city. After that, they're, like, going into the house, and Syndrome's there holding Jack and uses the 0-point energy to trap the family. Terrifying scene that originally was going to be the opening of The Incredibles, but that's a story for another time. Anyway, so our family's now helpless. We thought Syndrome was done for, but he's going for broke here. Trying to kidnap the baby. Okay. As he grows. Cars. The moment for Cars is the ending, which is really, to Cars' credit, this is a really good ending here. It was really nice, kind of. It was built upon, but still you didn't really see it coming. It's what I'm counting as a matchstick moment here. It's when Lightning McQueen, he stops right before he crosses the finish line. He sees in the King's, well, he sees in the King's kind of defeat here when he's been wrecked. He sees Doc Hudson in that, and he stops right there. Chick Hicks goes through. Chick Hicks, the villain who basically did this to the King, unfortunately. King's last race, by the way. Lightning McQueen, he just stops. Chick Hicks goes through the finish line. Lightning McQueen, determined as all get out, he goes back there and he makes the King cross the finish line. He helps him cross the finish line. Really, a moving scene, but still unexpected, hence the matchstick moment. He just stops right when he's at the finish line. We don't know what's going to happen next. I guess we had a good idea for that one, but it's, I don't know, a little unexpected for some, maybe not as much for others. Go figure. Okay. Next. Ratatouille. I find the underrated of the Pixar films, but okay, Ratatouille. The moment Ratatouille, that would be our unexpected turn, is the moment in which Linguini, he comes clean about Remy. He says, this little chef's been helping me. He's been under my toe. He's been controlling me, pulling my hairs. But he's the reason we're all here. He's the reason Anton Ego's out there. What do you say? He gives this motivational speech and, well, doesn't go swimmingly. That realistic Brad Bird touch is kind of added in that scene. He leaves. Everyone just leaves. They all quit because what? This is based on a lie, and this is nuts. I can't get it. I joined this 5-star restaurant. Formerly 5-star restaurant, 4-star. I joined this beloved restaurant, but now I don't know. I can't do this. Too much pressure. You were the one thing we had faith in. Now we can't, and this is too absurd for us. We have to go. Respectfully, we have to go. It's just we can't. Thankfully, Colette comes back, but yeah. Just the motivational thing you expect. Okay, everyone's going to band together now and work for it now that they know the truth, but no. Bird had it right. Life doesn't always go the way we expect, and that was a good theme for the third act of Ratatouille. We do what we can. We manage. We control. We adapt, and hopefully get a happy ending regardless of the adaptation, the new path we've taken. Okay, next. After Ratatouille, we have WALL-E. Good film. The matchstick moment in WALL-E would be, I would say 2. I would say when he gets smashed would count as 1, but the real matchstick moment would be when he gets fixed. Because our hero gets damaged. That's the big. We're hoping he gets fixed, so I guess it's not much of a matchstick moment. He gets fixed. We think all is well. The turn is his memory's been wiped clean. Like sometimes when you fix a computer or you buy a new one, it's not, has no memory, it's lost its personality. Wally's literally he's starting to cube his collection, which is kind of tragic, but, you know, he has collection to spare, so. But yeah, I mean, it just really came out of something you really didn't consider because you were so invested in this character. A great Matchstick moment right there. Again, we're kind of at the point where it's building, starting from Ratatouille and so on. You know, it's just this moment where we're invested in this character we've liked so much throughout the film, and now that what made that character special is gone. Powerful stuff. Okay, and next, one of my favorites. If not for my connection with Toy Story, this would be my favorite Pixar film. Up. The moment in Up. This moment Up. It's basically right after Carl mounts a rescue to save Russell. Save Russell, you know, get Kevin out of there. Okay, everything's going well. Russell's now like piloting the house. You know, it's basically Carl's about to like hitch a ride on the house. He's about to hitch a ride on the house, getting everyone out of there so he can get out of there. And just this moment where Charles Muncie shoots the balloons. Things are going down. You know, just literally, it's the moment in the film where everything's like the reverse of the title. Everything's going down. Things are getting really bad. House was up, now it's down. Really, again, just building. One of the first Pixar villains with a gun, by the way. I mean, other than some thugs in The Incredibles, but I mean, menacing. He wants to kill Kevin, and I don't know what he's going to plan for Carl and Russell, but yeah, really, really tense, getting real tense, and of course, it leads to his ultimate demise. Next would be Toy Story 3, and the Matchstick moment in here is, well, it's really, this is I would say this is most notable of the Matchstick moments, because I instantly recognized it from the original Toy Story, just that moment where we're okay, it's a false sense of security. Okay, Lotso's going to come around, he's had some time to stew on, he's going to redeem himself finally, he's going to push the blue button of safety to stop the whole not trash compactor. Stop the conveyor belt at the dump before they reach the incinerator. He doesn't. Where's your kid now, Sheriff? No! They all fall down the incinerator, and then I tell you, when I saw that moment, my jaw was dropped. Like, oh no, that's the Matchstick moment. What next? My God, what's gonna happen next? They're done for. How are they gonna get out of this one? Could this be the end? ... Apparently it wasn't, but yeah. Okay, our next moment, Cars 2. The Matchstick moment from Cars 2, this, I guess, kind of with the building moments of tension. I guess after this they kind of decrease until we get to Monsters University, but in severity. But Cars 2, it's when Mater's about to be blown. Mater's about to be blown up. He has the bomb strapped to him, and we think, okay, they got Professor Z. Who I really like. I think he's designed neat, and he's kind of a fun character. Anyway, so Professor Z, he designed the bomb. He put him on there, and they think they've got him. Okay, deactivate the bomb. He says, "Oh, I can't deactivate it. It's voice activated. Say deactivate. It's not my voice on the recognition." So basically, they have to find the head honcho before Mater blows up, and you think, okay, it's safe, they got the guy. Not the case. In fact, him saying deactivate actually lowers the count. I guess it's tension-filled. You know, our main character's about to blow up. So, yeah. Okay, next. Brave. The Matchstick moment in Brave, I'll admit, it's kind of the fault with Brave, not of itself, but just the fault in that it's kind of predictable. It's either one or the other for Brave, but it still is it's meant to be unexpected. In that she's getting the tapestry that was ripped. She just sewed it together, and she's putting it on the mother before son before sunrise, or else to lift the curse of her turning into a bear. So what happened is it doesn't work, and we think she's done for. She's going to be a bear forever. And we get our happy end. It was either one or the other. It was either that or kind of the obvious, which just they emotionally mend the wound. Yeah, so not bad at all. But I'm just saying a little, I guess a little predictable. It was either one or the other, so it was a no-win situation. Not their fault, but still, it's yeah. Anyway, it's a fairy tale thing. It fits with the original premise. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm trailing off. Okay. Now now the final, the moment, matchstick moment. For Monsters University. Again, spoilers. I mean, seriously, if you haven't picked up on the spoiler thing, I'm going to put it in the video just to be safe. But, I mean, come on, folks, come on. You're smart, I know you are. Okay. Matchstick moment in Monsters University is when it's similar actually to the matchstick moment. There are two moments actually. Moment one is when they're Mike and Sully. They're in the human world again, which is really, it blew my mind when I saw it. But they're in the human world. Okay, now they're trying to get back. What's the way to get back? You get back through the closet door. Okay, they grab the door. It's a closet again. The dean has had the power cut just to make sure nothing gets out, no one goes in the risk, that sort of stuff. So basically, our guys are in trouble. The second moment is a little more understated, but still, it's very effective. It's when our guys, they still got expelled. I mean, they did break some rules. I kind of disagree with it. I think if you're going to have guys who can scare on that caliber, you can't expel them, revoke it. But to Scrabble's credit, she says, there was nothing I could do. I'm sorry. So those are the matchstick. That's matchstick moment for that film. So, my dear listeners, my dear viewers, thank you for tuning in. In general, Pixar, with those types of story turns, it's just really, it's different than the conventional writing style. You have to have these sort of twists and turns, kind of spice up the story, so it's not predictable as heck, so you can tell the same old story again and again, but you have to spice it up, add some new twists to it. Just, if you're telling the same story, I'm not saying Pixar has, I'm just saying if you do tell the same story, you have to make it interesting, add stuff like that. Add interesting characters, add things that aren't expected. A storytelling formula, something like that. Or just when you're telling a story in general. Make it interesting, make it fun. Involve the audience in that respect. That's what Pixar did. It really worked. Worked well for them. We see how well it worked for them. Again, forgive me if I sound biased. I'm genuinely being as fair as possible. I believe I'm being fair, but then again, I am a little biased, so, I do genuinely make the case, but again, I'm a Pixar fanboy, so take that for what you will, dear listeners. Again, that's why I call it matchstick moments, and, you watch the Pixar film, you look out for these moments, let me know in the comments if you ever notice these moments, or just anything else. If you like this video, like more Pixar videos, Anyway, listen, thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a blast expounding about Pixar. I could do it all day, but I'm going to end it here. Take care. Everyone. Take care.